Time is now 7:30 and we have a lengthy agenda tonight. We want to thank the members of the public for coming out, as many were the past few months, but we must commence our meeting for November. If there are any of you who weren't able to speak and would like to speak, we can reconvene the public hearing after our agenda. The public forum is now closed. I'd like to ask the veterans in our body, Mr. Frank Camiso, Chris Smith, and Doug Bullock, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Beston. Here. Bullock. Here. Bergdorf. Here. Hal. Here. Chapman. Clay. Here. Gibson. Here. Rouse. Here. Cunningham. Here. Dawson. Here. Malowitz. Here. Drake. Here. Keith. Here. Feeney. Fine. Here. Fenner. Here. Grimm. Here. Hogan. Here. Joyce Andrew.
Here.
Joyce Raymond. Here. Kakis. Here. Lockhart. Here. Moriello. Here. Mayo. Here. McKnight. Here. McLean Lane. Here. Mendick. Mr. Mendick. Miller. Here. O'Brien. Mr. O'Brien. Peter. Here. Plotsky. Reinhardt. Simpson. Here. Smith. Here. Stevens. Here. Shea. Cunning. Here. Ward. Here. Willingham. Looks like 36.
Thank you. I'd like to make note of additional sponsors of the clerk. I'd like to take a motion to take local law E out of order. Mr. Malowitz, seconded by Mr. Ward. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Mr. Clerk, please read local law E.
Locally, 2019, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, prohibiting the sale of flavored tobacco products.
Mr. Miller?
I'd like to rise to ask for support for local law E. Banning the sale of flavored tobacco products in Albany County. Local law E draws the line in the sand. It tells big tobacco you no longer use flavors and entice kids to use your daily products. Let's not make big tobacco happy tonight. Local law E is supported by over 40 organizations, including public health organizations. Who opposes local law E? Those that make profit at the expense of the health of our kids and residents. I have a personal stake in this law. I've lost 3 cousins over the last 3 years to cancer caused by tobacco use. In addition, along with my life, my wife Ellen underwent triple bypass surgery over 25 years ago due to heart disease caused by smoking menthol cigarettes. Thankfully, she quit smoking and she is still with me. E-cigarettes are used among kids at skyrocket. According to New York State Youth Tobacco Survey between 2014 and 2018, the rate among high school students increased fully 160%. Between 2016 and 2018, New York State experienced the first increase in youth cigarette smoking rates in nearly 2 decades. Menthol flavoring reduces irritation and masks the harsh taste of cigarette smoke, causing a cooling and soothing sensation. This not only makes it easier for kids and adults to start smoking, but it often means the user is inhaling more smoke with greater nicotine intake. This makes menthol harder to quit. Predatory marketing of menthol cigarettes has led to a steady and alarming rise in the use of menthol cigarettes among African Americans over the last 6 decades. As a result of the industry's predatory marketing tactics, 7 out of 10 African American youth smokers smoke menthol cigarettes. Local law E has a strong support of the NAACP, and the African American Tobacco Control Leadership Council in order to put an end to this insidious targeting and help prevent African American youth from getting started. Penalty for violating local law E are fines that apply to licensed realtors. Retailers found to be selling flavored tobacco products, as Commissioner of Health spoke before. These fines are imposed by the county health department. It doesn't penalize or criminalize the possession of any flavored tobacco product. It only prohibits the sale of the covered product by a retailer. It would still be illegal to possess these products. The Albany County Health Department estimates that smoking-related illnesses in Albany County cost more than $200 million per year in health care costs. The Controller's Office estimated based on extrapolated numbers that there would be annual sales tax loss of $632,000 to the county if local law E was enacted. This may seem like a large number. However, when the IDA forgives a sales tax on a construction project, which is over $12.5 million, which they do routinely, we're giving away more sales tax revenue than this is. It has no positive health impact on the residents of our county. Also, the county is receiving, continues to receive millions of dollars in tobacco settlement money, so there's actually a loss of sales tax revenue if we use some of this money to offset it. Money spent on flavored tobacco in retail stores does not necessarily disappear when users quit or cut back. Some will switch or continue to use non-flavored tobacco. Also, consumer spending will shift to other products or services in stores. When policies like local law have been enacted in other municipalities, they did not report store closures attributable to the policy change. Local law is the right policy because it's comprehensive. 81% of the kids who choose to use tobacco products choose a flavored product for the first time. We need Albany County to be a leader to protect children from getting addicted to these dangerous tobacco products, lured by the flavoring. Thank you for your support.
Any other discussion? Mr. Ethier.
Thank you, Chairman. First of all, I heard a lot of pros and cons for last year over this, and how Miller did a great job and a lot of hard work he put into this bill. But in my own personal opinion, it has arisen to the occasion where I don't know why a ban would help us. And it doesn't direct at the children. It does nothing but abolish possible jobs, lose business in the county. Never mind talking about the sales tax. The issue here, helping the children can't get these products in the stores now because they're under 21. So I don't know how the law helps that. I think we more serve a better purpose if the county got behind education and work with the parents and the schools to beat this with education rather than bans that never work. Once you ban things, everything else starts from there. I think education, a parent should take a more strong responsibility for this thing. It's so should the guardians. The kids that are just running wild in the streets, well, it's unfortunate. But this ban does nothing but hurt our businesses, inconvenience for people who can smoke, it's legal. It plus our sales tax. And above all, if we're going to go to government for this thing, which I don't think we should be mandating choices to people. It should be our own choices. We should educate the public. And that's what we should do. And I think this belongs at the state level, where if you're going to go to government, it's a bigger scale. We got more input throughout counties, throughout the state. And that's where some decisions should be made before we just penalize the business and the convenient people in Albany County, where they just go across the street or go over the bridge and get the same product. So I don't think, with all due respect, Mr. Miller, your bill is good. You brought the subject to light, and that's what it should do. But it doesn't take care of the problem of the children getting this product. This doesn't address none of that stuff. It doesn't address how you resolve this. We got to put something in how to get out of the kids' hands. If it's their brothers buying it for them or older people buying it for them, whatever. But that's been going on when I was a kid. You got a beer, your buddy would have a pack. But that's not going to change. But if you get into things that are more deeper, that we're not at that level to go with. And I think the state would be, it's a state issue, and that's why I'll be opposing it.
Mr. Simpson.
Yeah, I think just like we were able to make nicotine cigarettes unpopular from a period in the 50s when they were almost sold and promoted as medicine. We need to deal with the same hearts and minds in terms of letting young people and older people know that any nicotine product has no positive impact but has high probability of death and other negative health effects. But what we're trying to do is, as legislators, be leaders and not worry about whether the state or another county is doing things. We have a history of leading and having adjacent counties follow us in the right behaviors. There's also more and more evidence coming out, and there's a growing movement, just like there's a growing climate movement, of consciousness around the negative effects of all nicotine products, including menthol, e-cigarettes, and vaping. But again, the idea of parents being able to control their kids, that never worked before with cigarettes. It didn't work with prohibition. So it's important that we not sanction these and say that they're acceptable. And there's certain people who, just because something is illegal and they understand that it's not appropriate, will be saved. If we agree that everybody needs to be healthy and safe, then anybody who can be healthy is worth it. In terms of the economic impact, I just think we can't afford to be merchants of death. If you have a business and your main product is selling nicotine products, you need to get in another business. If Teamsters are going to lose some contracts because they're hauling nicotine products, they need to haul other products. The health consequences and the economic consequences of health-related disease far outweigh any profits that could come to a small number of businesses. So for all our people, our youth and as adults, because again, youth begin smoking and develop lifelong negative habits, I think the idea of using a product when used as directed has a high probability of death and other negative consequences and has no positive health results is just something that doesn't make good sense. So I urge that we support local law E.
Ms. Cunningham?
You know, I've listened for over a year, and my heart goes out to the vapers. I understand that they view vaping as a way to quit smoking. But to me, the most important issue is without acting on a flavors ban, we are repeating the same mistakes that young people were subject to when big tobacco came in and started marketing tobacco flavors. The reason they did that is because they were trying to hook people. They were trying to hook young people. In 2009, when they got rid of, the federal government banned tobacco flavors with the exception of menthol, which is another issue, what happened to smoking rates in young people? They plummeted dramatically. The data is irrefutable. You get rid of flavorings that entice young people, and tobacco use, smoking rates plummeted. It will be the same case study with banning vaping flavors. And you know what? I'm so tired of the crocodile tears of the Juul and electronic cigarette and vaping industry. They have flavor after flavor after flavor that are all enticing young people to vape. That is a despicable marketing model. And what it's doing is having wonderful success. Walk into any high school in Albany County today, and you will see kids, high school kids, middle school kids, vaping in the bathroom. They're not the kids running around and causing havoc. They're your kids and my kids. They are kids on sports teams. They are honor roll students. It doesn't matter. They're kids everywhere, of every stripe, and they're vaping because they are enticed by Fruity Pebbles and mango flavor and all kinds of enticing flavors that, you know what? Sorry for the crocodile tears, but, you know, we've designed these flavors to go after children. Fruity Pebbles is not enticing an adult to vape. It's enticing a child, a kid, a middle schooler, a 12-year-old. So enough already. We need to take the lesson of 2009 when we banned tobacco flavors at the federal level, and we saw smoking rates plummet. Let's do it again. Let's do it tonight. Let's do it in Albany County. And you know what? We're going to see a proliferation of legislation just like this in the whole country. Let's do it tonight.
Mr. Stevens, are you
No.
just looking at the architecture? Okay, long roll call on local law E, please.
Heston,
In favor?
Bullock,
Yes.
Bergdorf,
No.
Hal,
No.
Chapman. Clay,
Yeah.
Misso,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Dawson,
Yes.
Tomolowitz,
Yes.
Drake.
No.
Thank you. Ethier,
No.
Feeney,
No.
Fine,
No.
Frenier,
No.
Brim,
No.
Hogan,
No.
Andrew Joyce,
Yes.
Raymond Joyce,
Yes.
Lekakis,
Yes.
Lockhart,
No.
Moriello,
No.
Mayo,
Yes.
McKnight,
Yes.
McLean Lane,
No.
Miller,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Polotsky,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Smith,
No.
Stevens,
No.
Tunney,
No.
Ward,
Yes.
Willingham,
No.
Looks like the ayes have it, Mr. Chairman, 18. Excuse me.
Local law E fails. 18 no, 17 yes, with one abstention.
Mr. Chairman?
I had it 18 yes, 17 no, still failed.
Yes, we need, it's not a majority, you need 20.
Yes, I'm aware of it.
I have a motion to bring local law D out of order.
No, May. Out of order, please.
Good night. Seconded by Mr. Moriello. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Clerk, please read local law D.
Local law D, 2019, a local law to incentivize the use of reusable shopping bags to eliminate the use of single-use plastic bags in Albany County shopping establishments.
Let's give these folks a few minutes to clear out, and we'll discuss local law D. Quiet down, folks. Ms. Cunningham?
Local law D is a local law that would institute a 5-cent fee on the use of paper bags in shopping establishments when the state plastic bag ban goes into effect on March 1, 2020. The state law contemplated, in my view, only half of the solution toward eliminating not just plastic, but not creating a new pollution problem, in that while it banned plastic bags, it did not do anything to institute a disincentive for the use of a paper bag. There is data that supports that instituting a bag fee for consumers in grocery store establishments, shopping establishments, is a powerful disincentive for consumers then opting for a bag. What we're trying to do is create a disincentive to just move to a paper bag and instead incentivize the use of reusable bags, which is the goal here. This is really important stuff. Our planet is dying, we all know that. Instituting a plastic bag ban is an important first step, but unfortunately, it's only half of what needs to be done. Local Law D takes steps to comport with all of the language in the New York State Environmental Conservation Law, the plastic bag ban law, instituting for paper shopping bags. 40% of this fee, this is all dictated by the state law, would be provided to Albany County, the Office of the Controller, for purposes of offsetting the cost of purchasing reusable bags. There's other language in the local law which requires Albany County to work collaboratively with stores to try to institute programs and outreach initiatives, education programs to create awareness so that our grocery stores will have an audience of folks who understand the plastic bag ban is in effect, and the new fee is for a paper bag. It also includes language that creates a consumer education program, which quite honestly could be a model for other counties across the state as they begin to adopt paper bag fees just like this does. The reason being that we need to do better than just putting in place this local law without making sure we're not also educating consumers. Lots of questions that I've seen go around. First, does the fee apply to low-income populations? While not articulated in local law D, it does reference the New York State Conservation Law, which includes a prohibition on instituting a fee for any low-income populations using low-income food nutrition programs, etc. Is this fee a tax? I would say no. What taxes are optional? A tax is something that is not optional. Starting March 1st, 2020, if local law D is in effect, you have a choice whether or not you ever pay 5 cents for a bag. I have 3 bags in my purse that roll up into a tiny little bundle that's less than the size of my fist. Yes, it's behavior change, but I carry those around, so I will guarantee you I am never going to pay a 5-cent fee. That is not a tax because I have the option to opt into paying it or not, all due to the fact that I am going to choose whether or not to bring my own bag. What we're trying to do is change behavior. What happens to the 5 cents? As I mentioned, articulated in the state law is an outline of where the 5 cents goes, but essentially 40% of it comes to the county with the intent that we are going to help purchase reusable bags, especially for populations identified in local law D, what I call late adopter populations. Maybe it's folks who are, I don't know, senior citizens or elderly. Although I will say my 89-year-old father manages to bring his reusable bags every single time he goes to the grocery store. So where there's a will, there's a way. This is about changing behavior. It's about getting practiced at bringing your bag to the grocery store. It's not that hard. We can all do it, and so can every single Albany County consumer. But there is language for those late adopters. If the county determines that there's an awful lot of people on public transportation that need to have paper bags that are getting wet and soggy, well, let's figure out Albany County. We can do this. We can target constituencies that are having difficulty adapting to a plastic bag ban and are obviously not bringing reusables. The bottom line is what we're trying to change is behavior. This is going to take some work. I think we're up for some work. All of the things that we're trying to do to rescue our planet are not going to be simple. They're going to involve a little bit of work. A plastic bag ban is the right thing to do. Adapting to that and moving to the next level to teach people to bring reusables, that's going to involve a little bit of work. Yeah, it's going to be a little painful for all of us as we change behavior. And by painful, I mean some people are going to be paying the 5-cent fee. Over time, they will learn to bring their own bags. And some of the grocery stores I've talked to, they've talked about spray painting in their parking lot. Bring your bag in huge letters so that when you get out of your car, you grab a bag. I'm willing to bet everyone here has some sort of bag in their car that they can use at the grocery store. I think this is a common step that works perfectly with the state plastic bag ban. I also think we won't be the first municipality that will be adopting it. So let's be leaders. Let's show them how it's done. Let's get it done tonight. Thanks.
Oh, thank you very much, Chairman. I stand in support of this local law. One of the things that I started noticing, I happen to have come from a family that ran a grocery store. My grandmother ran one in the town of Albany from 1940 until 1980, and I had the pleasure of working in it. And, so I've always sort of noticed things, how grocery stores operate, et cetera, because I grew up working in one. And one of the things I've noticed in recent years is that you will find it's buy two, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one 50% off. It's no longer 15 cents off a single can of peas or 20% off your chicken. It's now buy this much and you'll get this much more. Or we'll give you a discount. It's not just $3.99 a pound for all the hamburger. It's $2.99 a pound if you want to buy 10 pounds or more. But if you want to buy 5 pounds and it's $3.99, if you just need a pound of hamburger, you're making a little chili, it's like $6.99 a pound because they're encouraging you to buy more. And I can almost guarantee for anybody here who does the grocery shopping in a family, you find yourself coming out with a lot more stuff than you actually need. I can almost guarantee that for everybody here. Though some of you may be more responsible than me. Because I'm looking for those deals, I'm looking for those sales, and that's one of the reasons grocery stores love you having lots and lots of bags available to you. I buy less when I have my reusable bags, and I buy more responsibly. It happens every single time. That's one of the reasons that they just really love having these plastic bags, because you could leave with all the stuff that you possibly could want to buy and getting all those deals, but ended up throwing away half of your produce sort of at the end of the week. I absolutely think that we do need to change our behavior. I've seen my own behavior change when I do have my reusable bags. And the fact is, it's harder to carry 10 cans of things in even a paper bag than it is in doubling up plastic bags. I find myself buying 2 bottles of seltzer, not the 10 for $10. So I really stand in support of this. I know it can be hard, especially for those of us that may need to take public transportation, etc. I do like that there are options built in for people who this may be a hardship for. And I think that is a result of the sponsors really trying to listen to everyone and try to come up with something that's going to hopefully fit everyone in our county, and if it doesn't, to be able to work with them. So I'll be voting in favor. I hope you as well.
I'll be voting against it, not that I'm opposed to it, it's a great idea. I'm opposed to our residents in Albany County paying 5 cents for these giant stores that make a lot of money on us already. I cannot see why the stores cannot furnish the bags to our citizens free of charge. For our citizens to pay 5 cents a bag in this county, not acceptable. I'm not trying to change people's behaviors. I'm not here to do that. I just know one thing. It's not right for them big businesses, big chains to charge you a nickel for every bag that they should be encouraging you to begin with. I'll be voting no.
I'll be voting no also. I voted against the issue. The simple fact is, the state didn't want to do it. The Assemblywoman was here tonight, didn't want to talk about the nickel. We all agree that the plastic bags are banned, that's fine. But the state assembly and the Senate kicked the can down the road, because it is a tax. And they didn't want to be handled as a tax. The 5 cents is a tax. And I'm opposed to taxing the people of Albany County for a paper bag. And Gil hit it right. I remember when I worked in the supermarket, but paper bags were free. And I have no problem with supporting the ban itself for plastic bags. But the fact is that when it comes to the nickel, it can hurt some people. And we're not talking a nickel. As Albany said, people buy a lot. 3, 4, 5 bags, 6 bags. So it adds up quick if you're a family of 5 or 6. Not on getting WIC or those programs that don't qualify, but the working poor of Albany County, who this will hurt the most. That's the problems I have with it. So, and this is an option. The state gave us an option. We don't have to do this. I prefer that we incentivize the shopper. Have the big supermarket chains give me 25 cents to use my reusable bag. That's an incentive for me to use it. Not the tax being insufficient with a nickel every time I go into the store. That's not the way to do business. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Willingham?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
I will be voting in support of this legislation. I look at it in a different way. I can remember the grocery cart that everybody took to the market with them, which is no different than taking your bags. I have been loading up on my bags because I feel that environmentally, I'm watching on TV about the plastic bottles that's filling up the ocean and so forth and so on. And as far as the working poor is concerned, I think somewhere along the way we need to begin to take responsibility for the future. And we have to teach people, well, somewhere along the way somebody's got to pay for those plastic bottles that are in the ocean and that's now showing up in food and fish and so forth and so on. And so we have to begin somewhere. I see more carts, going to the grocery store. I have the trunk ready right now, trunk full of bags ready right now. And I've already started with my kids. I'm passing them out to my grandkids. I'm passing them out to my adult children and saying, okay, when you go to the store, you know, don't get a plastic bag. This is your bag to take with you. And so it's something that I think that we should really think about reasonably in regards to making ourselves responsible for the future. And a nickel, when I think about what my grandson would think about a nickel, I took him to Price Chopper, had saved up bottles, bags and bags and bags of bottles. It was only after we had put the bottles in it, it got to $20, and this joker decides, okay, I'll finish. Okay, I'll finish now. Oh, after you see that these bottles, it is $20, you know how many bottles that was? So a nickel is not as, I don't think it's not as harsh as some of us believe that it is. But I do believe we can teach the future that, look, you're responsible for what's going to happen. You're responsible for the air, and you're responsible for, you know, keeping your environment clean. And you're responsible for keeping the junk off the streets and the trash and so forth. And as far as I'm concerned, that nickel is the only way that they're going to learn to do this and also be responsible and understand what we really have left behind for them, which is they got to clean up the environment now. So that's why I'm voting for this.
The nickel isn't a tax. You don't ever have to pay the nickel if you bring a reusable bag. In fact, the title of this local law is to incentivize the use of reusable bags. So be clear about it. If you bring your reusable bag to the shopping market, you don't have to pay a nickel. So it's clear that, you know, this bill, which even gives money out for buying reusable bags and handing them out free to people that need them and exempts people on SNAP and WWIC is a bill that is pro-poor person, but it's also pro-business. The businesses are going to save money because they won't have to give out free all those plastic bags that gum up our landfill, that gum up our sewers, that gum up our oceans, and gum up our rivers. So, you know, this is really important to do because it's coming anyway. So let's get the money to get reusable bags to everybody in Albany County and have this bill have an effect on the misuse of shopping paper bags in Albany County. It's really important. Once again, it's not a tax. In my opinion, this local law is pro-business.
Mr. Fine?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise in support of this law. You know, I think that we really need to recognize as a society that every single-use item we use, whether it's a plastic bag, a paper bag, bottled water, even this can of seltzer, I'll admit I'm not perfect. I brought a can of seltzer tonight. Although when I'm at home, I do have a seltzer maker, so I try to avoid using it. But, you know, every single-use item, we're killing the planet with it. We have to recognize that there's a real cost. And actually, with this plastic can, at least, there was a real cost. I had to pay a 5-cent deposit, which if I return it, I'll get back. But, you know, we have to recognize that. And I know, you know, sometimes I shop at Aldi. I don't know if anyone else has shopped there, but they charge for bags. And I know when I go to Aldi, I'll bring my own bags. And it's not really about the money, because if I'm getting 3 or 4 bags, I can afford 20 cents. But it just makes me make that extra thought and think about that, you know, I really should bring those reusable bags. I think that's what this law is going to do. It's going to make people really take that extra step and think about what costs that each bag that they use and throw away has on the environment. I also want to just make note, you know, the state passed the plastic bag ban, but they created this mechanism for us to opt in. A lot of state legislators did want this to be statewide. You know, I think the compromise they came to is that we as a county can opt in. I think we should recognize that this is the best choice for us to do, and we should move forward and do it.
Mr. Bergdorf?
I'm going to be voting no on this, and I find myself agreeing with Mr. Ethier and Mr. Demowitz. The state of New York very shrewd here. 60% of this is going to be remitted to the state of New York. That's a tax. That's a tax that the state of New York did not want to levy. They wanted us to levy. Okay, so here we are tonight talking about putting a nickel on a paper bag. Well, there are some of us, I do the shopping in my home, and I don't have a purse. I have a Seinfeld wallet. Biggest wallet anybody has ever seen. George understands a wallet. And I can't fit 3 paper alternative bags on my person, okay? And if anyone has ever gone shopping for a family, you sit down, you start with a list, and then by the time you get down the first aisle, they have texted you with 32 other items to purchase. And there is no way that you are going to be able to accommodate, as Ali said, extra things that you may decide you want to buy. So, I believe it's a tax. I think it's also a mandate on business, because the business now has to buy the paper bags, give them away to people for the money to be recycled to government. Maybe an incentive, I believe it's a tax. So for those reasons, I will be voting no. Thank you.
Mr. Kakis?
As many of you know, I have a long affiliation with the Honest Way Food Co-op, and if you'd asked me 25 years ago when I joined, was I going to be carting just as many things into the store when I go in as many as I could bring out, I would have said no. But I think that we're all a product of who we hang around with, what we do, and what we think is important. Honest Way never used plastic bags, had to go to a very difficult vote in the membership to adopt paper bags, which people still do not use, and I shop there almost every day. And every day I see millions of people bringing in their bags, and we've really achieved a lot of recycling and educating a lot of people over this 25 years that I've been affiliated. So I think it's a mindset. I think we all know that paper bags are just as bad as plastic bags, and we know that we have the power right here, right now, to do something about it. And I also hate my purse, and I figure out how to get my bag, to the supermarket. And that's like why one of the reasons I became a legislator is because I wanted to be able to do things like this, and I wish that you would join me in voting yes on this proposal.
Mr. Ethier?
Yes, simple problem, the stores should take the plastic and the paper bags out of the stores. They won't have no problem. But all kidding aside, Sam, you had mentioned it's only 15, 20 cents. You're right. But why should we have to pay? Let the change pay, not the residents. It's not that much money. If they gave the bags away, the plastic bags are always free, so give us the paper bags free too. That's the only number.
Mr. Drake?
Well, just to start, I think it's great that the state stepped up and banned the plastic bag. I can't stand it. But, yeah, I don't carry a purse either, Joanne, but, I'm not the public's nanny, When you talk about choice, anything that we impose as a mandatory thing, you don't really have a choice, right? If we're going to say, whether you want to call it a tax or a fee or whatever, real choice occurs when the markets tell you what to do. So we said we're going to ban plastic bags, and that's great. Again, I'm going to say that. So now the store has the option. They can charge you for a bag if they want and keep the money. They can opt not to provide bags like Sam's Club or BJ's, right? Or they can eat the cost and put it into the cost of peas and bananas, right? That's capitalism. And we're still narrowly in a capitalist society. So at the end of the day, One, and let them have the choice. Consumers can also choose. They can come in with their bags, or they can come in and pay whatever the fee is, or they can shop. You know, one store is more expensive because they offer bags and others don't. But at the end of the day, people shop in their markets because they want to shop at those markets. It's convenient for them. They like the people, they like the pricing. I think people do adjust, but let's not make them adjust. We're not teachers. We're legislators. We're not nannies. We're legislators. Let the retailers decide where and when to charge fees. I don't want to carry the water for New York State and collect a tax for them, and I don't want to cause a business to have to spend the money to implement a system to collect a tax for the state. We're already doing enough of that already. It's just silly. Love more banning plastic bags, voting no, because we're not giving people the choice how to handle it in the markets. Thank you.
Mr. Peter?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise in support of this legislation. I want to thank the sponsor for her hard work on this bill. And like County Legislator Willingham, we have to think about the future. For years, we've seen progression towards more cleaner environment, but it always came where we disincentivize negative behavior. So the key to this was, for example, the bottle bill, where we charged 5 cents for the bottles until people returned it. And everyone shouted that. We're not giving people a choice. People should have the choice to recycle. We shouldn't force them. We have to, it's going to kill, consumers are going to be made broke by the 5 cents per can. That, it's going to force businesses to go under. If people want to recycle, let the market do it. But we're at a crucial point. Global warming is very real. Our environment is being destroyed. Landfills are filling up. And that's not just an environmental crisis. That's a taxpayer crisis. And anything we can do to decrease the litter on the ground and the litter in a landfill, we must do. And the 5 cents fee is a very thoughtful and minor cost to protect the future. So I'll be voting yes, and I urge everyone else to as well.
Ms. Cunningham?
Yeah, just clarification, a couple of things. One is the 60% of the fee doesn't just go globally to the state of New York, it does go to the New York State Environmental Conservation Authority. And I just have to add, I'm the mother of 4, and my kids are 22 to 14, and I went to the grocery store in my life probably 8 million times, easily. I also get the list routinely. If I'm anywhere near a store, I get the list of, we need these 17 things that I need. And I've made 8,000 million lunches in my day with many little treats that we have to put in there, and that also generates a list. And I would say that what we're trying to do is not be anyone's nanny. What we're trying to do, and I believe is our role, is to solve problems. And we have a problem, and it's called pollution, and we need to do something about that. This is a small inconvenience. And you know what else? We're going to all get really good at this, bringing bags. Yes, I have a purse. You have a Seinfeld wallet, and that's great. And good for you. You can't carry the little bag. But I know you probably go to the grocery store driving your car. And I will let you know that over time, we're going to all get really good at this, because I have about 8,000 bags in each of my cars. Because in the event I'm going to the store driving my husband's car, it's really easy because I have extra bags there. And I have enough bags so that I never, ever buy a bag, even if I get a list with 25 new things. So the point being, this is a little inconvenience, but we're all going to get really good at it. And if we do this, everybody in Albany County hopefully will get really good at this. And we, in doing so, will reduce the amount of landfill space. We will reduce the energy production needed to produce paper bags. And we will be taking a step in the right direction. And you know what? We're going to be leaders, too, in the state of New York by doing that.
Mr. Grimm?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have to say, I'm looking forward to that seltzer party at Sam Fine's.
Yeah, everyone's invited.
That's going to be fun. Well, I want to begin by saying, I used my cloth bag today, and I went grocery shopping, and then when I came home and I chopped up some strawberries and bananas, I put them in my composter. So I think, environmentalism is first and foremost an individual responsibility, and we all should share it. It just seems like too often we're too punitive. Can't we really be focused on awareness and say, hey, plastic bags are a problem. Hey, paper bags are a problem. Can't we educate and make people more aware to the idea that Ms. Cunningham has? She's got bags in every car that she has. So I think, I have a big problem with the distribution of the tax. By the way, my idea of the tax, whenever the government reaches into your pocket and puts it in their pocket, that's a tax. Now, the distribution, 60% goes to the state. Now, the state of New York has a $175 billion budget, and yet they still think they need to tap into county taxpayers and take money from here and send it to Albany. So it's inherently unfair. It's the state really ripping off the county. And by the way, all the mandates that it is imposing on the county is driving up county costs. So there's not a fair relationship with the state, and I think we vote for this. We're really cultivating another example where the state is not treating us fairly. I just think the answer is really to lead by example, show that cloth bags are the way to go. There's no question plastic bags are a nuisance. And move away from the idea that we always have to be punitive. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Kraus?
Mr. Chairman, can we call the question?
Here we go. The question has been called, and as we know, that ends debate. Is there a second? Seconded by Ms. Cunningham. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
No.
Carries.
It carries with no from Mr. Malowitz. Is there another no? Mr. Joyce, Mr. Reinhardt, Mr. Drake. Question's been called. Long roll call on local law D, please.
Veston.
No.
Bullock.
Yes.
Bergdorf.
No.
Hal.
Yes.
Chapman. Clay. Misham.
Yes.
Rouse.
No.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Dawson.
Yes.
Tomolowitz.
No.
Drake.
No.
Eastiger.
No.
Feeney.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Frenier.
Yes.
Grimm.
No.
Hogan.
No.
Andrew Joyce.
Yes.
Raymond Joyce.
Yes.
Luckakis.
Yes.
Lockhart.
No.
Mariello.
No.
Mayo.
Yes.
McKnight.
Yes.
McLean Lane.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Thank you. Peter.
Yes.
Lotsky.
Yes.
Reinhardt.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Smith.
No.
Stevens.
No.
Tunney.
No.
Ward.
No.
Willingham.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
It's like 22 to 14.
Local law D passes 22 to 14. Two more local laws. A motion to take local law G out of order. Motion by Mr. Feeney, seconded by Mr. Demolitz. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Mr. Clerk, please read local law G.
The local law, the county law of New York, amending local law 2 from 2018 regarding the sustainable energy loan program.
Mr. Joyce. Mr. Stevens? Noted. Long roll call on local law G, please.
Beston.
No. Yes, I'm sorry, yes, yes. I'm reading the wrong one.
Bullock.
Yes.
Bergdorf.
Yes.
Cal.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
Missile. Kraus.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Dawson. Malowitz.
Yep.
Drake.
Yes.
Ethier.
Yep.
Feeney.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Vernier.
Yes.
Grimm.
Yes.
Hogan.
Yes.
Andrews.
Yes.
Leckackis.
Yes.
Blocker.
What about Ray Joyce?
I'm sorry?
Did we get him? Oh, you abstained, okay. Excuse me.
Lockhart.
Yes.
Thank you. Moriello.
Yes.
Mayo.
Yes.
McKnight.
Yes.
McLean Lane.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Oh, Peter.
Yes.
Plotsky.
Yes.
Reinhardt.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Cunning.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Willingham.
Yes.
Looks like 32, 1, and 2 abstentions.
Local law G passes 32 and 1 with 2 abstentions. A motion to take local law H up. Motion by Mr. Feeney, seconded by Ms. Lockhart. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Mr. Clerk, please read local law H.
Local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending local law 8 of 2011 to modify the procedures for identifying individuals required to fill out financial disclosure forms.
Long roll call, please.
H. Any abstentions? Hearing none? Beston.
Yes.
Bullock.
Yes.
Bergdorf.
Yes.
Chapman. Clay. Commissioner. Kraus.
Yes.
Cunningham. Dawson. Malowitz. Drake.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Thank you. Drake.
Yes.
Ethier.
Yes.
Feeney.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Vernier.
Yes.
Grimm.
Yes.
Hogan.
Yes.
Andrew Joyce.
Yes.
Raymond Joyce.
Yes.
Leckackis.
Yes.
Lockhart.
Yes.
Moriello.
Yes.
Mayo.
Yes.
McKnight.
Yes.
McLean Lane.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
O'Brien. Excuse me. Peter.
Yes.
Plotsky.
Yes.
Reinhardt.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes.
Honey.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Willingham.
Yes.
35 and 1. Malowitz.
No, I said yes. I said it twice.
You say it 3 times, I'll listen
No
to it.
twice. Unanimous.
Local law H passes unanimous. 36. First item under previous business, please.
Thank you. Resolution 219, amending the Albany County Legislature rules of order.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution number 219 passes. Resolution number 356, please.
Sending resolution 217 for 2019.
Long roll call, please.
Thank you. Beston.
No.
Bullock.
Yes.
Bergdorf.
Yes.
Cal.
No.
Chapman.
Yes.
Clay.
Yes.
Camissa. Kraus. Peter.
Might have to come back.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Dawson. Malowitz. Drake.
Yes.
Ethier.
No.
Feeney.
No.
Fine.
No.
Vernier.
No.
Grimm.
Yes.
Hogan.
Yes.
Andrew Joyce.
No.
Raymond Joyce. No. Lecpac.
No.
Lockhart. No. Moriello.
Yes.
Mayo.
No.
McKnight.
Yes.
McLeanly.
Yes.
Miller.
No.
O'Brien. Excuse me. Peter.
No.
Plotsky. Reinhardt.
Yes.
Simpson.
No.
Thank you. Smith.
No.
Stevens.
Yes.
Cunning.
No.
Ward.
No.
Willingham.
No.
Thank you.
Mr. Clay?
My vote, I made a mistake, it should be no.
Thank you. Mr. Clay. I'm sorry.
You both are going to detention. Mr. Clay and Ms. Chapman are both changing their votes to no.
Looks like 12 yeas, 22 nay.
Resolution number 356 fails. Resolution number 407, please.
Public hearing on proposed local law I, 2019, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, to establish clean air standards for waste burning facilities.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution number 407 passes. Resolution number 450, please.
Public hearing on proposed local law F, 2019, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, to require Albany County restaurants and eating establishments to provide straws and plastic cutlery only upon request.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution number 450 passes. First item under current business, please. 452.
Authorizing an agreement with Life Path regarding the provision of congregate meal services for seniors.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? 452 passes. Mr. Ward.
I make a motion to group 452 to 459 together, please.
A motion to group 452 through 459, seconded by Ms. Lakakis. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion to group passes. On resolutions 452 through 459, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolutions number 453 through 459 pass. Resolution number 460, please. Mr. Ward.
I would just like to ask council, is there other
There's later on.
contracts
There's like 485, 249, 490.
We'll make note of those when we can group.
Okay, please prompt.
Okay.
Thank you.
460, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Sanctuary Linen and Uniforming regarding the rental and cleaning of linens and specialty items.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? 460 passes. For 461, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Clinical Staffing Resources Corp. regarding certified nursing assistant services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 461 passes. 462, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Horizon Healthcare Staffing regarding certified nursing assistant services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 462 passes. For 463, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Celtic Consulting LLC regarding case management review services at Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center.
All those in favor? Opposed? 463 passes. For 464, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Plaza Linen Service regarding residential laundry services at Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center.
All those in favor? Opposed? 464 passes. For 465, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Corianix Healthcare Consulting Inc. regarding nurse consulting services for Shaker Rehabilitation.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The 465 passes. The 466, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Health Facilities Association regarding advanced training initiatives.
All those in favor? Opposed? The 466 passes. The 467, please.
Authorizing an agreement with General Code LLC regarding computation services for Albany.
All those in favor? Opposed? The 467 passes. 468, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Department of Education regarding a local government records management improvement fund.
All those in favor? Opposed? 468 passes. 469, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services regarding reimbursement for raise the age implementation.
All those in favor? Opposed? 469 passes. 470, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services regarding the age defense program.
All those in favor? Opposed? 470 passes. 471, please.
I'm sorry.
471, please.
Gotcha. Authorizing the use and operation agreement regarding Capital District Juvenile Secure Detention Facility.
All those in favor? Opposed? 471 passes. 472, please.
Authorizing a lease agreement with the Capital District Youth Center Inc. regarding the Capital District Juvenile Secure Detention Facility.
All those in favor? Opposed? 472 passes. 473, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Aramark Sports and Entertainment Services LLC regarding food and beverage services at the Time Union Center.
All those in favor? Opposed? 473 passes. 474, please.
Authorizing amendments to the intermunicipal agreement and memorandum of understanding for the Stormwater Coalition and approving a related secret determination of significance.
All those in favor? Opposed? 474 passes. 475, please.
Approving and adopting the Albany County Stormwater Management Policy.
All those in favor? Opposed? 475 passes. 476, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Cattle Flooring LLC regarding the purchase of carpet and flooring.
All those in favor? Opposed? 476 passes. 477, please.
Authorizing agreements with Callahan Industries, Inc. for the purpose of locating, constructing, and maintaining a removable salt storage shed at 100 County Route 101 in the town of Phoenix.
All those in favor? Opposed? 477 passes. 478, please.
Authorizing an agreement with CHN Industrial America LLC for the purchase of a 2019 Case Real Loader.
All those in favor? Opposed? 478 passes. 479, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Equinox Inc. regarding non-residential domestic violence services.
All those in favor? Opposed? 479 passes. 480, please.
Authorizing an agreement between the Department of Social Services and Mental Health regarding services for safety net and SCAN applicants and recipients.
All those in favor? Opposed? 480 passes. 481, please.
Authorizing an agreement with various Albany County municipalities for the provision of youth bureau services.
All those in favor? Opposed? 481 passes. Number 482, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Albany County for the provision of youth bureau services.
All those in favor? Opposed? 482 passes. 483, please.
Authorizing submission of a grant application to the New York State Department of Health regarding the Healthy Neighborhoods program.
All those in favor? Opposed? 483 passes. 484, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Blue Shield of Northeastern New York regarding the National Diabetes Prevention Program.
All those in favor? Opposed? 484 passes. Now we're on to 485, and we can group 485 through 489. They are
I'll make that
renewals.
motion.
A motion to moved by Mr. Ward, seconded by Mr. Peter. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion to group passes. On resolutions 485 through 489, all those in favor? Opposed? Resolutions 485 through 489 pass. We can also group resolution 490 through resolution 505. I have a motion. Mr. Feeney, seconded by Mr. Ward. All those in favor? Opposed? On resolutions 490 through 505, all those in favor? Opposed? Resolutions 490 through 505 pass. Resolution 506, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding a 2018 technical rescue and urban search and rescue program, amending 2019 Sheriff's Office budget.
I'd like to note my abstention. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 506 passes with one abstention. Or 507, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding 2019 hazardous materials emergency preparedness grant program and amending the 2019 Sheriff's Office.
So again, note my abstention. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 507 passes with one abstention. 508, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding a 2018 cybersecurity grant program and amending 2019 office budget.
Note my abstention. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 508 passes with one abstention. Or 509, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Stop DWI Foundation, Inc. regarding a Stop DWI statewide crackdown high visibility enforcement grant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 509 passes. Or 510, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New Singular Wireless PCS LLC regarding wireless communications operations at 28 Jansen Lane, Townburg.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 510 passes. Or 511, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the Energy Improvement Corp. relating to local law G for 2019, a local law to establish a sustainable energy loan program in the county of Albany.
Mr. Joyce, Mr. Stevens, you abstain?
Yes.
Okay. It's my understanding that 511 needs to be tabled for a month. Have a motion to table? Motion by Mr. Feeney, seconded by Mr. Ethier. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 511 is being tabled for a month. For 512, please.
Amending the 2019 Sheriff's Office budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 512 passes. There's a couple of bond resolutions here, if I'm not mistaken. 513, 517. Resolution 513, please.
A bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, authorizing the undertaking of a capital project for the Albany County Sheriff's Office Public Safety Building and the Emergency 911 Communications Center, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $2.5 million, appropriating said amount therefore and authorizing the issuance of $2.5 million of serial bonds to said county to the finance said appropriation.
Long roll call, please.
Veston.
Favor?
Bullock.
Yes.
Bergdorf.
Yes.
Cal.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
Kaminska. Kraus.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Dawson. Malowitz.
Yes.
Baker.
Yes.
Eaton.
Yes.
Keeney. Fine.
Yes.
Grenier.
Yes.
Grimm.
Yes.
Hogan.
Yes.
Andrew.
Yes.
Raymond.
Yes.
Katz.
Yes.
Malacca. Mariello.
Yes.
Mayo.
Yes.
Knight. McLean Lane.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Peter.
Yes.
Pulaski.
Yes.
Reinhardt.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes.
Tunning.
Yes.
Ward. Wilkie.
Yes.
Unanimous.
513 passes unanimous. 514, please.
Amending Resolution 408 for 2019 regarding amendments to the 2019 Board of Elections budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 514 passes. For 515, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Albany Medical Center Hospital regarding community health worker chronic disease initiative and amending 2019 Department of Health budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 515 passes. Or 516, please.
Amending 2019 Department of Mental Health budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 516 passes. Or 517, please.
A bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, authorizing the undertaking of various capital projects for the Time Unit Center, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $6.566 million. Appropriating said amount therefore and authorizing the issuance of $6.566 million in serial bonds to save the county to finance said appropriation.
All those, long roll call, please.
Veston.
Yes.
Bullock.
Yes.
Bergdorf. Cal. Chapman. Blake. Kaminska. Kraus.
Yes.
Cunningham. Dawson. Tomolowitz. Rick. Ethier. Feeny. Klein. Lanier. Grimm. Hogan. Andrews.
Yes.
Raymond. McCacken.
Yes.
Lockhart.
Yes.
Mario. Leo. McKnight. McLean.
Yes.
Miller. Reader. Plotsky. Reinhardt. Simpson. Smith. Stevens. Tunning. Ford. Willingham. 36. Unanimous.
517 passes unanimous. 518, please.
Bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, authorizing various capital improvements for the Department of General Services, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $5.875 million. Appropriating the said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $5.875 million of serial bonds in the said county to finance said appropriation.
Long roll call, please.
Veston.
Yes.
Bullock. Dorf. Powell. Chapman. Clay. Izzo. Rouse. Cunningham. Dawson. Tomolowitz. Drake. Ethier. Feeny. Klein. Lanier. Grimm. Hogan. Andrews. Raymond. McCacken.
Yes.
Lockhart. Mario. Leo. McKnight. McLean.
Yes.
Miller. Peter. Plotsky. Reinhardt. Simpson. Smith. Stevens. Hunting. Ward. Willingham. 36. Unanimous.
Resolution 518 passes unanimous. 519, please.
A bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, authorizing various capital improvements for the Department of Public Works, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $3.920 million. Appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $3.920 serial bonds in the county of finance said appropriation.
Long roll call, please.
Veston. Bullock. Bergdorf. Powell. Chapman. Clay. Wilson. Rouse. Cunningham. Dawson. Tomolowitz. Gray. Ethier. Feeny. Klein. Lanier. Grimm. Hogan. Andrews.
Yes.
Raymond. McCacken.
Yes.
Lockhart. Mario. Leo. McKnight. McLean.
Yes.
Miller. Peter. Plotsky.
Yes.
Reinhardt. Simpson. Smith. Stevens. Honey. Ward. Willingham. 36 unanimous.
519 passes unanimous. 520, please.
Authorize the refund of real property taxes to the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. For 521, please.
Public hearing regarding the micro enterprise community development block grant.
This needs a fix, so please send that back to audit and finance, please. Number 522, please.
Reappointments of the director to the Albany County Business Development Board.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 522 passes. For 523, please.
Amending the rules and regulations for the Albany County employees regarding the hiring of relatives.
Please send that to the law committee.
I'm sorry.
Please send that to the law committee.
Law, thank you.
Number 524, please.
Authorizing the settlement of a lawsuit.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 524 passes. Do you have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Mr. Peters, second by Mr. Freeney. All those in favor? Good night, everyone. Go to bed, Colt Willow.